What are you feeling?
Going on. That kind of hurts. Did that go
Did you
off?
see that?
Did a picture just get taken? Okay. So just a little while ago, this
Is this object that I'm holding in my hand?
No, he reached for the spirit box.
Do something. We'll be listening.
And it just like literally like.
Six years and over 20 paranormal investigations later, many of them which you can see on our YouTube channel, Manifest Destiny Trio has seen their fair share of things. Since the anniversary of our first ever investigation is coming up, Hal, Nick, Ryan, and myself thought it only made sense to reminisce about our top 6 moments of the last 6 years. Each 6 of those moments will be released in separate videos, and as you watch them, you'll see a common theme among them: location. Although there were a lot of moments to choose from, we eventually narrowed them down. So let's just get right to it. This piece of evidence for moment number 2, at the time, we knew it was solid, and we were really happy we experienced it and we got it. But I think now that we're 6 years into investigating the paranormal, I think it's something we look back on and recognize that it was a little bit undervalued, as far as being in our library of evidence, because since this moment, we haven't experienced a whole lot like it.
All gizmos headed onward and upward.
Oh, you're gonna separate rooms?
I'm just gonna go back to the wall. We got it figured out.
Moment number 2 is in the exact same location as moment number 3, which is the building we call the Hall. The difference is moment number 2 is from our second investigation at the Hall, where moment number 3 was from the first. Our first investigation at the Hall is one we talk about all the time, still to this day. The second investigation was actually not nearly as active as that first time around, but the second time we went to the Hall produced this moment. So it kind of made up for the lack of overall evidence, because this moment right here was pretty special.
We have a device here. Lance, why don't you keep something down in the spirit box?
The cool part about this investigation was we were attempting to use a new piece of equipment for the first time. Basically the box was still sealed up, and that piece of equipment was a spirit box. It goes through the radio frequency. The radios, supposedly spirits kind of, speak in a different frequency, through frequencies. So this thing goes through all kinds of different I guess you could say radio stations. I know I remember being really excited to use this device. It seemed like to produce a bunch of evidence for people, and there are a lot of good reviews. So I thought this would really bring a whole new kind of feel to our investigations. Nick was a little skeptical at first, but once we opened it and started our session, you could tell he was a little bit apprehensive, and it actually delivered a spirit's voice through the spirit box right away within the first minute or 2 of us turning it on.
You know how to use this. To speak through the static. To communicate with us. Through the radio, yes.
So that was just the beginning of moment number 2, and we were little did we know that we were in store, for even more. We had a couple of trigger objects we decided to use. One of them was a baseball that Nick had, and we figured, well, why not try it out? So Nick simply asked, what am I holding in my hand? And intelligent response, that is what we end up getting.
Do you know what I'm holding in my hand right now? Can you say it?
I heard baseball.
I heard baseball.
We didn't really know where to go from there. So Ryan decided, why not ask the spirit what Ryan was holding in his hand, which was a flashlight. So, Ryan asked, and once again, we got an intelligent response.
What's in my hand?
A light?
I think what was really smart about what Ryan did was he followed up with that because he wanted it to be a more specific answer. So Ryan asked, well, what kind of light am I holding in my hand?
What kind of light? What kind of light is it?
A flashlight. Wow. Holy.
I can remember the feeling after hearing this spirit talk through the spirit box, because up to this point, a lot of our stuff was on a voice recorder that we listened to or a K2 meter, and not very often do we get like a live voice that you could decipher. So being able to hear a spirit, talking through a device in real time, kind of created this new level for us of excitement.